Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Another big exciting day in my kitchen. Where are we going? What are we making? I think we're gonna go to Tuscany. I don't know, these are all over Italy. You can definitely have them all over Italy. Pretty much originated in the Tuscan area. And we're gonna make a ricotta dumpling. Delicious, awesome. These are a lot of fun to make with your family. Get some Sinatra going, that's key. I got Sinatra with love. And I'm gonna go over ingredients. We're gonna start having some fun. First thing you're gonna need, obviously, the center stage, the name and the marquee here, you're gonna need some ricotta. So here I've got about 2 cups of a ricotta cheese. Brand we're using today, I just want to get a shout out for the reason that it's awesome. I don't know them, but Calabro is absolutely great. They're actually made in Connecticut, and it's some of the best ricotta cheese I've ever actually had. So it's delicious and it's creamy and it's just right. So we're going to use 2 cups of ricotta cheese. Now what you'll notice here is I put it in a strainer, and you want to get as much moisture out of there, you know, within reason. So a couple hours before you get started, pop whatever ricotta cheese you got. You can use a cheesecloth. I've got a fine line strainer here. That'll work great. Next, what you're gonna need, and I know you're gonna kill me for this, you're gonna need more cheese. So anybody that loves cheese is gonna love this. So we're gonna use about half of a cup of grated, shredded, if you will, Parmesan cheese. We're also going to need some mozzarella. In this case, I've got some dried mozzarella, and we're going to use about a half a cup of a grated mozzarella as well. Now we're going to want to add some herb to it, and this is just what brings the hillside, if you will, the earth into your food. I love parsley. This is flat parsley, Italian parsley. You know what's great about parsley is I always call it the underrated herb because it's so delicious, and you're going to see that. We made a pesto recipe with it last year, which is just fantastic. So check that out. But in this case, it's got a citrus kick to it. It's peppery and it's herby. It's got that grassy feel to it. And this is really, really delicious. So we're going to use about a half of a cup of parsley. We're going to chop it, and then we're going to cook it. Now you're going to need some garlic, right? You know, one of the great flavors of Italy. And we're going to use just 1 clove. What we're going to do is we're going to flavor that parsley and some oil with it. We're going to add some sunshine to it, right? So we're going to add some zest. So we're going to add the zest of 1 whole lemon into that ricotta. You'll need 2 eggs. Eggs are going to be great. They're going to add fat. They're going to add flavor. Now we're going to go into one of my favorite flavors. So anybody that's a fan of our channel, and guys, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you do. So if you're new to us and you love what's going on, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Love to have you part of the Cooking Italian with Joe family. What this is nutmeg. We're going to use about 1/8 of a teaspoon of grated, freshly ground grated nutmeg. If you can get it, if not, obviously go with your store-bought. Not only are the eggs going to help and bind this dumpling together to keep it together, we're going to add some bread. So here what I've got is some leftover breadsticks.
You're going to want about 1.5 cups-ish
of breadcrumbs. So I'm gonna smush them, smash them here with my hand, get them granulated as best as I can. Any of my gluten-free fans out there, you can use some potato starch in replacement of the breadcrumbs. So that'll help you out. Fresh ground pepper, couple of hits of that. Pepper, fresh ground, always gonna give you that oils, a little bit more of that flavor. Today we're gonna use some salt, and we're gonna use some salt from Sicily. So this is Sicilian flat salt. It's briny, it's a little bit softer. One of the things I realized about the Sicilian salt that's similar to the Himalayan is it's sexy. So Sicilian sexy, being Sicilian sexy, I got a little Sicilian blood in me, you know what I mean? And using Sicilian salt sexy. Next, guys, you're gonna need some olive oil. So what I would wanna use is I would wanna use something that's Italian. I want something earthy, grassy, peppery, something from Puglia, best olive oil in the world. Extra virgin Italian comes from Puglia. Here, where would I go? What would I do? Oh, I know. Hey, anybody new to our channel, we own a farm in Italy. We co-op with a whole group of farms in that region to bring you some of the best tasting extra virgin Italian olive oil you're ever gonna have. I know what you're thinking. You're like, geez, Joe, I would love to get Vito and Joe's extra virgin Italian olive oil. Where do I get it? So I'm gonna share it with you right now. So you're either gonna go to my webpage, my Facebook page, my Instagram page, or even the YouTube channel in the description. Just click buy it now. We sell a large bottle, small bottle. Love to drop ship it right to your front doorstep. And I always think of it as taking a trip to Italy right in a bottle. A couple other things you're gonna need. I've got a pot here with some boiling water. So I'm gonna salt that, season that, get that ready to go. And I want a nice soft, not a hard, but a soft boil when I'm gonna put my dumplings in there. I'm gonna need a small saucepan because we're gonna cook down that parsley before we put it in. I've got a nice rack here to put the dumplings in to dry. Next, you're gonna need a serving dish. I got a beautiful one here made in Italy. It's just, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Okay, let's start cooking. Let's start having some fun, guys. First thing I wanna get going on is that parsley. I'm gonna need approximately approximately about a half cup. So just take your parsley, draw your sharp knife across it. That's all we're looking to do. You'll go through that, pull out any stems, so no worries there. Boy, the aroma of this, just delicious. First thing to do here before you start chopping it, any big stems that you see, just pull those out. They tend to be a little bit more bitter. See anything like that? You're looking for smaller sizes of the parsley is all we're looking for, so that when you put it in there, it equally distributes itself. Put everything in your pan. Now, in regards to our garlic, we're gonna use the 1 clove, and we're gonna go old Italian style. So just give it a crack, just sort of open it up here a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw it right in here, and we're gonna take that out after we've used it to enhance the flavor of the oil in the parsley. Now I'm gonna grab some of my Vito and Joe's. I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in my pan. Let's go over to the stove. I've got on the lowest heat, just a real low simmer. Take that olive oil, mix it up with your garlic, get it mixed around there. Beautiful. And what I'm looking to do really is warm this up. I want the beautiful oils of the garlic to flavor the oil, and then I don't want to fry this. All I'm looking to do is essentially just cook down the parsley, make it nice and soft and delicious, totally change its flavor structure. So I'm gonna let this set here for a couple minutes, just tend to it. You're probably looking at about 5 minutes on a low heat, maybe 6. Now while the parsley and oil and garlic are cooking down, I want to get that ricotta cheese ready to go, okay? Now in this case, it doesn't really matter what order you put stuff in, but because I have to get my breadcrumbs down and pulverized, I'm going to put those in first. Now I'm going to take my 2 cups of the ricotta cheese, grated Parmesan, half a cup of the mozzarella, half a teaspoon of my sexy Sicilian salt, a couple of cranks here of my pepper, maybe just 2 or 3. Now I'm gonna grate my lemon zest. Oh, I'll tell you, the aroma of lemon, it's just delicious, isn't it? Now we gotta hit our nutmeg here, so just hit it. I do it so I could see over the white here, I could see a pretty heavy sprinkle. That's gonna give you that 1/8 of a teaspoon. Oh, can you guys grab the aroma of that? It is so delicious. And now I'm gonna grab my eggs. So I'm just gonna whack it. Hey, the egg looks great. If there's any shell, I can easily remove it so it doesn't get in my dish. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and put both my eggs right in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing this. I turned the heat off of this after about 3 or 4 minutes, but you can see it's just cooked down beautifully, right? So I'm gonna leave that garlic in there just for another minute, give it another stir. So now that this is done, just grab your garlic. We don't need it here. So in this case, we've got that delicious oil, right? The olive oil, Vito and Joe's. And we've got the parsley that's cooked down, which is just gonna give it a delicious flavor. And now we're gonna go ahead and mix this, and it's gonna get thick, almost like a dough, which is exactly what we want. Sometimes if this is too wet, you're gonna need to add some more breadcrumbs. So in this case, the texture on it is just perfect. Now this is set about 15, 20 minutes. So we've got 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs in here, and look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's the texture you're looking for right there. See how it holds together? Nice and solid, just like a thick dough. Now guys, I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside. 10, 15 minutes, let everything set and congeal a little bit. Listen, if you haven't already and you like what you're doing, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell. Anything we got going on the farm, it'll come right to your notification box. We got recipes, we got travel tips going to Italy. Also on that thumbs up, it actually works with the algorithm, so anybody looking to have some fun cooking Italian in the kitchen, it'll make it easier for them to find our videos. As far as the olive oil goes, wait, I can hear it being shipped to your house as we speak. All right, talk to you guys in a few minutes. Okay guys, been about 15 minutes. Now listen, we want to make these equal in size. So, you know, Nona would take a couple of tablespoons and, you know, try to get that equal helping off the tablespoon and then put it in that boiling water. You could do that. One of the ways I like to do it, I like to use one of these. That way, not only is it all around the same size, but it also will cook equally in time. Makes it a lot easier. I've got my dumpling assembly line going here. So I've got my dumpling ricotta mixture. I've got my boiling water. So just at a tight boil, and then I've got my rack, okay? And I've got a test dumpling in there to make sure everything's coming out great, which is perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our dumpling in there. We're gonna make our dumpling. So let me show you how we're gonna do that. So we're gonna go just over the top of this, right? Give it a scoop, and then we're gonna make a ball. So when you know your dough is right where it needs to be, it's not gonna make a mess on your hands. See how perfect that is? So make a nice ball. There you go. And then you're just gonna gently set it right in there. Now what's gonna happen here is they're gonna float to the top. So once they stay on the top, you see how that one's staying on the top? That one's still doing a little bit of a dance. So once they stay on the top, you want it in there for at least 3 minutes. Best way to do this is go ahead and make a whole group of dumplings and then just get your assembly line going. That way you can cook everything right at the same time. So I'm gonna throw about 8 of them here in at a time. Now that guy's staying in position. That's perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and set him on the rack and I'm gonna let him cool down. Look at the steam coming off. I'll tell you, the aroma in here is just delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and start pumping these out, and I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. I know you're thinking, how do we make that just finish off even a little bit better? I'm gonna show you. First, I'm gonna get some Vito and Joe's olive oil. I'm gonna do a nice little drizzle right over the top of all of them. I'm gonna grab some Parmesan cheese, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hit it while they're hot, so it'll stick with the oil and it'll melt just a little bit, because they're still pretty hot. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? Now guys, you could serve this any way you want. You could take some sage butter, you could take some olive oil, brown butter, you could take some red sauce. I like it just like this because you've got all that cheese and garlic already inside there. I'm gonna grab a couple of these guys right here. They're still pretty hot. Okay, so let's taste one of these guys, right? So you see how it's nice and firm, keeps that shape, beautiful. Oh, look at that, that is just gorgeous. So you got the melted cheese in there. I don't know if you guys can see some of the steam coming off still. You got that melted cheese, the garlic, the parsley, breadcrumbs. Oh, that's good. Okay, it's taste time. I can smell the olive oil, the Vito and Joe's right there. You get the cheese right there, the Parmesan cheese, the olive oil, and then you get the aroma of all the other cheese. You got the mozzarella, the ricotta. I love it because it's so rich and creamy and soft. The texture is just perfect. And again, with all those other flavors along with the bread. And you get that parsley, a little bit of the lemon on the back end, a little bit, like a hint of the nutmeg. It's literally like a savory dessert in your mouth. It's so good. And I love how it finishes with the parsley. Thinking Prosecco. And with that, guys, thanks so much for joining me in my kitchen today. Remember, hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, share our videos with other people. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Grab yourself a few bottles of Vito and Joe's olive oil. We'll drop ship it right to your front doorstep. And guys, my last tip, and certainly my most important tip, you know, once a week, maybe a couple times a month, shut off your cell phones, the TV, the computer. Get around the table with your family. You know what? Tell stories, make recipes, burn a few things, have some fun, get to know your parents, get to know your grandparents and other family members. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna celebrate your heritage, whatever that is. But even better than that, you're gonna set some traditions of love for you and your family. They're gonna last you a lifetime. I know they did for me. Hey guys, from my kitchen to yours. Until next week, mwah, bon appetito.